In this movie, we're going to take a look at creating buttons inside Acrobat 9. In order to create a button, we need to use the Advanced Editing toolbar, which I have docked up here in my tool panel here. You can find it in the Tools menu under Advanced Editing. To create a button, we need to use the Button tool, and as soon as you select the Button tool, Acrobat will show you any other buttons that have been created on the page. In this case, we can see there are some existing buttons on the page, and there is one missing over the text here for the word consultancy. When I move the cursor into the document, Acrobat draws me some smart guides so that I can line up my new button with the existing ones, and I have a box indicating where the button itself will be. I'm going to try and use my guides there just to line up with the existing buttons on the page here, and I'm going to click and draw just to drag it on top of the text where I would like it to appear. When I let go, Acrobat shows me the button properties panel, and the first thing I can do here is type in a name. So we'll just call it what it is. And then I'm going to click on the Show All Properties line here, which will show me the Button Properties panel. And I can use this to set the look and the behavior of this button. The first thing I'm going to do is click in under the tooltip here, and I'm going to add in a tip for the user to see when they hover over this button. So I've typed in click to go to consultancy, and at the bottom here I can set whether or not the button is visible or invisible, etc. I'm going to leave it visible. You might use some of these other options if you're doing very specialized things with buttons, but generally speaking, visible is the option you want to choose. Under appearance then, I can set the way the button looks, and you can see up here that it has arrived with a grey fill-in. That's because the borders and colours feature here defaults to grey. I'm going to leave this as none, because I want the button to be transparent. If I was using text in this button, I could also choose a point size and a typeface and a colour, although I'm not going to use it in this case. The Options tab I can use also to affect the appearance and whether or not the button displays text or a picture or both. In this case I don't want it to do either of those, so I'm just going to leave this untouched. Finally, I can select an action, and this is where buttons become clever. The first thing I have to do is select a trigger for the action, and I have a variety of options there which allow it to be triggered on clicking, on hovering over the button, or on tabbing to the button. In this case, I'll leave it on mouse up. From the drop-down menu, I can now select an action. In this case, I want to select Go to a Page View, which I have selected here. I can select it and click Add. Acrobat will now ask me to show it where the destination of this button is, and in this case all I have to do is navigate to the page, which I'll do by clicking on my downward arrow here, which will take me to the consultancy page, and assuming this is the view and the magnification I wish to keep, I can click Set Link, and Acrobat will remember that. If for any reason I did not want to maintain those particular settings, I can also edit that action. I can click on here and I can now select Edit. And in here I could manually change the page this refers to, and I can manually change the zoom. In this case I'm going to select Fit Page and click OK, and that's all we need to do. I'm going to click Close, and to test the button I'll come back up, click on my selection tool, I'll click away on another button to begin with, and then click Consultancy again, and that takes me to the consultancy page and remembers the zoom.